bodybuilders whose muscles could explode. Number 10. William Bulnock. William respectively finished in 8th place during the 2015 Mr. Olympia weekend and 5th place in the 2016 competition, earning him a cool 65G total. He's a relative newcomer to the professional bodybuilding community. Still, placing in 8th place for his first Mr. Olympia competition is a great sign for things to come. He has the potential to make it big. As his resume seems to grow, so do his massive gains. His round biceps have been praised for their shape and size. This well-balanced competitor is native to Ghana and has put some serious time into his workout routine, as you can tell. This 34-year-old doesn't let his age hold him back and will continue to push to the limit. Number 9. Branch Warren. This guy named Branch has the tree trunk-like legs to match his name. Competing in Mr. Olympia competitions, he's no stranger to bodybuilding. He managed to haul in the title for the Europa Dallas in 2014 and has had to manage his way through an onslaught of injuries. Each year during his short career, he's managed to succeed at least one Olympia title. Measuring in at 5'7", it packs a lot of muscle, weighing in at 247 pounds. He's also a 2-time Arnold Classic winner, winning both the 2011 and 2012 appearances. He's definitely someone you don't want to get into an arm wrestling competition with, considering the fact that his biceps measure in at an impressive 20 inches. He trains at Metro Flex Gym in Arlington, Texas with his wife Trisha Warren. Number 8. Debbie Lazowski. This American bodybuilder ranks as the 3rd best female bodybuilder in the IFBB Pro Women's rank list. She began lifting heavy when she was 20 years old and clearly didn't take any rest days. She began her first competition at the age of 24 and is known for her natural physique. She enjoys looking like a lean, mean lifting machine, but always wants to be noticed for her feminine aspects. Her professional bodybuilding career took off in 2009 when she placed in the top 6 of every Miss International and Miss Olympia that year. In 2012, she finished 2nd in Miss Olympia and has received 3rd in this prestigious competition for the next 2 years in 2013 and 2014. The competition was unfortunately canceled permanently in 2015 due to shrinking audiences. Seems like she'll never get the chance to know if she can win it all eventually. Number 7. Mamdou Elsbieh. Also known as Big Ramy, this Egyptian native looks like he could have built the pyramids with his bare hands. He earned himself 5th place and 45 grand in the Mr. Olympia competition in 2015. Then, in 2016, he won 4th place and $55,000. He also broke the record as the heaviest bodybuilder to compete in this prestigious event, weighing in at 316 pounds. After being born and raised in Egypt, Big Ramy moved to Kuwait City, where he could compete in amateur Mr. Olympia competitions. All this only after 3 years of getting his workout routine started. This goes to show you what some hard work and dedication, and of course some protein shakes are capable of accomplishing. He also managed to put on about 82 pounds of muscle during that 3-year period. Bodybuilder review sites see this guy as having much potential in this competitive industry. Number 6. Dennis Wolf. This guy has clearly never skipped a leg day in his life, or any day it seems. Originally born in the current country of Kyrgyzstan, or at that time, part of the Soviet Union, Dennis clearly seems like he's about ready to burst at any moment. His family, however, is of German descent, and he relocated to Germany in 1992. It's at this point of time that he began seriously lifting and enjoys training martial arts. He originally began weightlifting too, in order to get better at this, and he clearly made massive gains. His first Mr. Olympia competition resulted in a respectable 16th place, but just a year later, he moved up the ranks quite quickly and placed in 5th place. He's kept up with his workout routine clearly, and in 2015, he ranked in 4th place, earning him $55,000. Professional bodybuilding can pay off, people. Number 5. Alina Popa. Female bodybuilding appears to have its effects on the gentle female curves. Typically, women should have about a 14 to 20% body fat ratio if they want to have an athletic tone. Alina Popa, on the other hand, gets as low as about 4% during competitions. Contrary to popular belief, extreme weightlifting will not decrease breast size, but normally pharmaceuticals, intense amounts of supplements, and extremely low body fat percentages will. This photo here depicts someone who has been using an anabolic steroid known as Anadrol. Some are suspicious that Alina Popa is among some of the female bodybuilders who might have abused a controlled substance. Alina from Romania is one of the most successful female bodybuilders and placed in 2nd in the 2014 Miss Olympia competition. She's placed in 6th or better in every competition she's ever competed in, except her very first one. Number 4. Dexter Jackson. By no means should you ever consider talking trash to Dexter Jackson. He won 1st in the 2008 Mr. Olympia competition, 1st in the 2016 Mr. Olympia Europe competition, and 3rd in Mr. Olympia 2016. His resume is quite impressive throughout the years, and he's certainly made himself over $1 million throughout his entire career. Not only that, but he's also a 4th degree black belt. He prefers to keep his workout routines fairly simple, but knows he needs to mix things up occasionally to stay competitive. He works out 5 days in a row and allows the weekend for rest and cardio. On his rest days, he enjoys playing Madden on the PS3. At only 5'6" tall, he weighs 218 pounds. At the age of 46, he's won the Arnold Classic 5 times, more than any other bodybuilder. He's also the 2nd oldest person to win an IFBB show. Number 3. Iris Kyle. No other woman or man even seems to come close to Iris Kyle and her bodybuilding resume. No one ever said girls can't have their muscles look like they're about to explode either. She's the most successful bodybuilder ever, winning 10 Miss Olympia competitions along with 7 Miss International. She currently ranks as the best female bodybuilder and is probably going to stay that way for a while. She began sports at a young age and was an All-American in basketball and earned herself a college scholarship. After moving to Orange County, she claims that she began to feel slightly pressured to be in extraordinary shape, and soon after her bodybuilder career began. She claims to have been inspired by photos of Linda Murray as well, but then went on later to actually beat her in a competition. Number 2, Shawn Rhoden. When you get a nickname like Flexitron, you know you probably got some muscles that look like they're about to explode. This Jamaican American grew up wanting to be a soccer star, but began bodybuilding around the age of 18. His amateur years were difficult at first, and he had to deal with a bunch of injuries as well as alcohol dependence after the loss of his father. Finally, in 2010, he won his first IFBB show in Dallas. In 2011, he reached 11th place in his Mr. Olympia debut. Recently, in 2016, he managed to reach 2nd place in Mr. Olympia at the age of 41. During the off-season, he weighs an average of 260 pounds, but is able to get around 20 pounds lighter before competitions. Shawn Rhoden gives a few tips online for aspiring bodybuilders. Don't focus on your abs too much, since building size has to come from eating large amounts of food. He also believes that you need to have a cheat day every now and then to keep you motivated, but he also admits that when it comes to competition time, he won't eat much. And number 1, Phil Heath. Your 2016 Mr. Olympia winner goes to none other than Phil Heath from Seattle, Washington, and he's won this prestigious competition for the past 3 years. The grand prize for this competition is a whopping $400,000 total. At 5 foot 9 inches tall, he played as a shooting guard for the University of Denver and began entering bodybuilding competitions in 2002. He's been featured on many different bodybuilding magazines, including Flex magazine. The money from winning all these competitions has allowed him to open up his own nutrition company even while competing. His superb workout routine and diet has allowed him to be the best for so many years. There is no signs of him slowing down, and it's going to take someone quite impressive to take away his title.